The trial of two brothers, one a Toronto police officer accused of severely beating a teenager nearly 3 years ago, got underway here in Oshawa today. Constable Michael Theriault and his brother Christian, who is a civilian, are charged with 1 count each of aggravated assault as well as obstructing justice. Now, Dafonte Miller was 19 at the time and out walking with friends in Whitby in the early hours of December 28th, 2016, when he was allegedly chased down by 2 men and beaten with a pipe so badly that he lost his left eye. Constable Michael Theriault is in front with his brother Christian right behind him. They were seen here leaving the courthouse for lunch. Constable Theriault was off duty at the time of the incident. Both have pleaded not guilty. Much of the morning was spent with the Crown questioning Constable Jennifer Bowler, a Durham police officer who was first on the scene around 3 a.m. She described Dafonte's eye injury as significant, very bloody and swollen. She said looking at it made her feel queasy. A second witness testified this afternoon, the homeowner on Erickson Drive where the incident happened. He told the court that he woke up to a lot of yelling and screaming and saw 2 people throwing very hard, fast punches on a third person who was pushed up against his house. A few minutes later, he said a black male started hammering on his door and screaming to call 911, which he had already done. He then saw an individual using what looked like a broom handle or a pipe to roughly prevent another person from getting off the ground. His testimony continues. Dafonte Miller was not in court today. He suffered other injuries, including reduced vision in his right eye, a broken nose, jaw, wrist, and orbital bone. His father was in court and said his son is suffering badly, both physically and psychologically. The case has prompted allegations that this was a racially motivated crime, as well as criticism of the way police handled the case. And there has been widespread outrage in the black community.
The importance of this case is to show Canadians how brutal police officers can be, particularly when they're dealing with black people and racial minorities. It is showing how stark race is in policing.
Both Durham and Toronto police failed to inform the province's police watchdog, the SIU, about the incident, and charges were not laid until 7 months later. Constable Michael Theriault has been suspended with pay since 2017. The trial is by judge alone. When the assault originally happened, there were allegations that Dafonte Miller had been breaking into cars that night. He was in fact charged with theft under $5,000 and a couple of other charges, which were all dropped eventually by the Crown. But even if he had been guilty of those crimes, the community representative we spoke to points out that does not excuse the use of excessive force that is being alleged here. The trial is expected to last 3 weeks. Dafonte Miller will likely take the stand next week.